Hello, you are watching Shalom World News. I'm Rory McLennan coming to you from Glasgow, Scotland. Here are the latest headlines from around the world. In the United States, a group of religious freedom advocates has come together demanding that President Joe Biden place Nigeria on the State Department's list of nations of particular concern on religious freedom. They cited the ongoing violence, killings and displacement of believers by members of the Islamist outfit Boko Haram, as well as Muslim Fulani herdsmen. In November, Secretary of State Antony Blinken had removed Nigeria from the list, much to the chagrin of rights activists. A group of 12 organisations and 30 advocates, including Christians who underwent persecution in Islamic countries, urged President Biden to place Nigeria on the list once again. In December of last year, they had praised then State Secretary Mike Pompeo for placing the West African nation on the list. The Holy Father has promulgated a revised version of the norms on the Delicts Reserved to the Congregation of the Doctrine of the Faith that deal with delicta graviora, or serious crimes that do particular harm to the Church. In 2010, during the pontificate of Pope Benedict XVI, and in 2001 during the time of Pope St. John Paul II, the norms had been amended. In spite of the revision, the crimes covered by the norms remained the same. The changes have harmonised the norms with the revised Book 6 of the Code of Canon Law that was promulgated in May of this year. The revised norms also contain normative measures of various kinds issued since 2016. They also include documents such as motu proprios, come una madre amorevole, and vos estis lux mundi. A Catholic school in the central Indian state of Madhya Pradesh has been attacked by a mob of Hindu activists. The St. Joseph's School in Ganj Basoda town in the Diocese of Sagar was attacked on December the 6th. Chanting slogans, the mob pelted stones at the building, damaging the glass facade. It is estimated that the school, run by the Malabar Missionary Brothers, suffered losses amounting to $26,000 in the attack. It is reported that a First Holy Communion ceremony in a nearby church was portrayed as an event in which Hindu children were converted to Christianity, incensing Hindu radicals. It is alleged that although police were alerted the previous day about the threat of an imminent attack, there was no timely intervention. The onset of winter has aggravated the suffering of millions of Afghan nationals who are already battling a shortage of food and acute poverty. To alleviate their suffering, a new initiative is calling on Americans for generous contributions to save Afghan nationals who are at risk of death during winter. Organised by the Human Rights Education and Relief Organisation, the Vulnerable People Project helps provide safe houses, food and heating facilities for Afghan families. Its Safe Winter initiative was founded by Jason Jones, a US Army veteran, Catholic filmmaker and humanitarian. The initiative estimates an expenditure of $2,000 per month for each safe house and $250 per month to provide a family of 5 with food and heating facilities through winter. In September, the United Nations had warned that 1 million Afghan children could die during the winter. In order to hold China accountable for the ongoing genocide and crimes against humanity in Xinjiang, the US House of Representatives is expected to vote on legislation to ban certain imports from China's Xinjiang region this week. In a statement issued on Monday, Speaker Nancy Pelosi said that the Uyghur Forced Labour Prevention Act legislation would come up for a vote this week. If passed, the act would ban goods produced using the forced labour of ethnic Uyghur Muslims in China's Xinjiang region. China is accused of committing genocide and crimes against humanity in the Xinjiang region, with Uyghurs being especially targeted. With the fighting between Myanmar military and ethnic militia in the Christian-dominated state of Chin intensifying, yet another church has been torched. A United Pentecostal church and the residence of the pastor in the town of Tantland were set on fire on December the 4th. Government troops are increasingly targeting churches and houses in the ongoing conflict. According to the Chin Human Rights Organisation, as many as 19 buildings have been torched by the military in the deserted town. On November the 27th, a Catholic church and several residential buildings were burned down. Since September the 9th, 5 churches have been set ablaze in the town. The BBC has included the Myanmarese nun who courageously knelt before troops and shielded protesters from harm in its list of the 100 most influential women of the year. Sister Anrose Nu Tong faced troops in conflict-torn Kachin state clad in a white habit and the veil of the St. Francis Xavier congregation. She pleaded with troops not to shoot unarmed protesters. Photographs of the nuns' actions went viral on social media, inspiring people around the world. Others on the list included Nobel laureates and politicians. And those are your latest headlines. Do join us again tomorrow. In the meantime, you can visit swnews.org for more updates. Shalom.